The Battle of the Ancestors. Chapter 1. The Gathering Storm. In the heart of the universe, a dark force was rising. The 20 most formidable adversaries of Dbg7 had united, their combined malice threatening to unravel the very fabric of reality. Nyoka the Serpent King, Emwari the Necromancer, Kazum the Conqueror, and their sinister comrades plotted a grand assault against the Black Celestial Intergalactic Federation (BCIF), seeking to plunge the universe into chaos. Dbg7, ever vigilant, sensed the convergence of evil. He knew he would need a powerful ally to counter this unprecedented threat. His mind turned to New Orleans, to Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen with unparalleled mystical prowess. Chapter 2. The Alliance. Dbg7 descended into the French Quarter, where Marie awaited him. The Voodoo Queen had seen the gathering storm in her visions and was prepared to stand beside him. The spirits have spoken, Dbg7. Together, we can face this darkness, she said, her eyes reflecting both determination and wisdom. They shared a ritual, blending their ancestral powers. The air around them crackled with energy, their combined strength forming a radiant beacon of hope. The spirits of their ancestors stood beside them, their presence a silent testament to the gravity of the battle ahead. Chapter 3. The First Clash. The adversaries launched their assault, tearing through the universe with ruthless precision. Nyoka's serpents slithered through the stars, Emwari's undead army rose from forgotten planets, and Kazum's war cries echoed across galaxies. Dbg7 and Marie, attuned to the threats, intercepted them on the desolate moon of Khorazar. The moon's surface became a battlefield. Dbg7, a blur of power and might, clashed with Kazum, their blows creating shockwaves that reverberated through space. Marie's chants summoned Loa spirits, who fought alongside her, repelling the necromantic horrors summoned by Emwari. Chapter 4. The Onslaught of Shadows. Sefu the Shadow and Mafumu the Mind Controller launched a coordinated attack. Sefu's darkness engulfed the battlefield, while Mafumu's psychic assaults targeted the minds of Dbg7 and Marie. The Voodoo Queen, undeterred, crafted a protective charm, shielding their minds from Mafumu's influence. Dbg7, his form glowing with ancestral light, pierced the shadows with radiant energy, forcing Sefu into the open. A fierce duel ensued, with Dbg7's light clashing against Sefu's darkness. Marie, channeling her spiritual might, broke Mafumu's psychic hold, turning the tide in their favor. Chapter 5. The Elemental Fury. Isoke the Sorceress and Kalechi the Stormbringer unleashed the fury of the elements. Tornadoes, lightning, and firestorms ravaged the moon's surface. Marie, standing at the eye of the storm, summoned the power of the Loa, calming the tempest with her incantations. Dbg7 engaged Isoke in a battle of elemental control, his ancestral powers countering her elemental magic. With a final surge of energy, he shattered her defenses, leaving her powerless. Chapter 6. The Technomancer's Trap. Makina the Technomancer and Tarek the Hunter had laid a trap. Mechanical constructs and advanced weaponry ambushed Dbg7 and Marie. Dbg7's raw power dismantled the constructs, while Marie's mystical wards protected them from Tariq's deadly precision. As the battle raged, Dbg7 and Marie synchronized their attacks, combining raw strength and mystical prowess. They dismantled Makina's technological arsenal and forced Tarek into retreat. Chapter 7. The Final Confrontation. With most of their adversaries defeated, Dbg7 and Marie faced the last and most formidable foes: Lethabo the Chaos Lord, Amara the Void, and Ndidi the Corruptor. The battlefield became a maelstrom of chaos, void energy, and corruption. Dbg7, embodying the spirit of his ancestors, faced Lethabo, their clash threatening to tear the universe asunder. Marie confronted Amara, her voodoo magic illuminating the void and exposing Amara's core. Ndidi attempted to corrupt Marie, but her unwavering spirit and ancestral connection repelled his dark influence. In a climactic burst of power, Dbg7 unleashed the combined strength of his ancestors, overwhelming Lethabo's chaos. Simultaneously, Marie channeled the full might of the Loa, banishing Amara and purifying Ndidi's corruption. Chapter 8. The Aftermath. The battlefield fell silent. The 20 adversaries lay defeated, their threat to the universe neutralized. Dbg7 and Marie stood victorious, their bond strengthened by the ordeal. The spirits of their ancestors, visible to them alone, nodded in approval. Together, we have faced the darkness and emerged stronger, Dbg7 said, his voice resonating with gratitude and respect. Marie smiled, her eyes reflecting the enduring spirit of her heritage. The ancestors guide us, Dbg7. We are never alone. The universe, saved from the brink of chaos, sparkled with renewed brilliance. The alliance between Dbg7 and Marie Laveau had not only vanquished their foes but also forged a powerful bond that would protect the cosmos for generations to come.